He is anti-vax, which is dangerous. He's someone who purports to care about a woman's right to choose. Donald Trump sent it back to the states. There are women bleeding out with,
okay.
Okay, I get.
Yeah, but that's not.
But it is. That's why Harris wouldn't meet with him.
Why? Oh, you know why she didn't meet with him? She doesn't talk to anybody. Who are you kidding?
What's going on, guys? So I just was about to wrap for the night. It's literally midnight. So we're going from Friday, transitioning to Saturday. I caught this video with Jessica Tarlov capping for the radical left. Again, what else is new with Jessica? She managed to find a way, to try to make RFK Jr. sound like the bad guy. This guy's clearly the victim. He's getting sued by the radical left. Okay, they're sponsoring this war with our money in Ukraine off of some coup nonsense, some mess where they're just trying to weaken Russia's military on our dime while simultaneously destroying the lives of thousands of Ukrainians. Okay, it's some rigged mess, because it always is with this military industrial complex. RFK Jr. is not okay with that. And he also has an issue with the way our food processing is basically slowly killing both us and our children in this country. That, along with censorship, destruction of the economy, and destroying democracy, keeping them off the ballot, all sorts of stuff. He has legitimate grievances. Jessica Tarlov, like most radical leftists, doesn't seem to give a damn about any of that at all. Instead, she just starts going on tirades about how he's anti-vax. Like, these people are just totally ridiculous. Find one thing that he's been smeared with by the radical left liberal news media, and then all of a sudden you just totally write him off. No conversation. Don't talk to him. He betrayed the party. He's out. He's no longer human, according to these radical leftists. Totally ridiculous. Let's get into it.
Well, you know, Katie, Harris refused to meet with him, and he said, RFK was clear, there's a lot of things that he disagrees with Donald Trump on. And so it kind of speaks to this idea that the Democrats are so full of joy and unity, and yet Harris wouldn't even meet with him. And yet Donald Trump, who's supposed to be this hater, was willing to sit down with him apparently several times where they hashed out some of the issues. Yeah. Speaks more for Donald Trump than the Democrats.
Yeah, it's a reflection of the Republican side of the political aisle willing to at least have a conversation about issues that they disagree with. Democrats just put up the stiff arm and don't want to talk about any of it.
Exactly.
RFK Jr. shouldn't take it personally because Kamala Harris doesn't really meet with anybody. And we're going to talk about that later. Listen to what he actually has to say. Listen to what Nicole Shanahan, who was his vice presidential candidate, has to say about the censorship, about why they left the Democratic Party, about why is it that they were so afraid to have him even on the ballot, why they're suing to keep his name off of the ballot. That doesn't seem very democratic. You might even argue that that's how you win elections, but it's certainly not how you should operate as a party that claims to be standing up for democracy.
And, Jessica, he wasn't just talking about, being sued, but he talked about real censorship in a portal that was set up in the White House with the FBI, the DHS, the CIA, where all the information about him came in. Look, the fact that the Democrats wouldn't even give him Secret Service protection when his own father and uncle were assassinated. It really, he took down the Democrat Party, talked about the military-industrial complex and the wars that go on that didn't go on when Donald Trump was there.
Well, he didn't take down the Democratic Party. If the election was held today, it's a coin flip and probably advantage Harris. So we seem to be doing okay without him. And his values do not coincide with our values anymore. He's willing to betray things that were core to who he is. You knew him from Westchester, an environmental lawyer, someone who cares deeply about saving the planet from climate change, something that Donald Trump doesn't care about at all. He's someone who purports to care about a woman's right to choose. Donald Trump sent it back to the states. There are women bleeding out with,
Okay.
Okay, I get.
Yeah, but that's not.
But it is. That's why Harris wouldn't meet with him.
Why? Why she didn't meet with him? She doesn't talk to anybody. Who are you kidding?
I'm not kidding anyone. I'm being
exactly. How the hell do you know that, Jessica? It's not like Kamala Harris has came out and publicly talked about this. She's just guessing. Oh yeah, he's got a couple problems, so we don't want to talk to him. RFK Jr. is on the left, okay? He is on the left, period. But you know what he doesn't agree with? He didn't jump on board. He was kind of right here, right in the middle, okay? Right in the middle. The left went right, like extremely far leftist progressive, he stayed where the hell he was at. He didn't believe in censorship. He didn't believe in like this crazy military industrial complex. He didn't believe in pharmaceutical companies basically running all of America. And he also didn't believe in having conventions where literally you're talking about millionaires and billionaires running everything and how you're going to tax the hell out of them. But then everybody who you bring up on the damn stage is millionaires and billionaires. Make it make sense. RFK Jr. just kept his sanity. The rest of y'all done drove off a cliff somewhere and y'all still falling. You haven't hit the bottom yet, but you're trying to like drag us along with you. It's like we're all chained together and we're like, no, don't go off the cliff, please. And they're like, nah, we going off the cliff. It's for the best. You're like, ah! That's basically what's happening. And RFK Jr., he taking some damn bolt cutters like, y'all ain't taking me off this damn cliff. I'm voting for Trump, and I suggest you do the same. That's what RFK is doing. That's what MAGA's doing. We digging our heels in. We ain't going off that damn cliff. You go off that cliff, you go off that mud effing cliff by your damn self.
And truthful about it, he is anti-vax, which is dangerous.
What did he
and
say?
Everyone...
He's not completely anti-vax.
Oh, he's just 90%
He is not.
anti-vax.
No, he is
Okay,
not.
listen.
Were you happy you
said-
got the vaccine from COVID? I mean, really?
Yeah, I was. I had it one time.
That's great.
And
It'll force everyone else to do what you want to do.
all right. Anyway,
COVID. She's talking about he's anti. RFK Jr. is not anti-vax. He just had a problem with the ridiculous push for the pandemic C-19 vaccine, how ridiculously hard it was being pushed out. Of course, a lot of people had a problem with that, and you should. It didn't even qualify as a vaccine. Vaccines are, by nature and by definition, were supposed to protect you from catching something. They literally changed the definition. If you look it up online, they changed the definition to be not just something that protects you from catching something, but something that also deals and prevents symptoms of the illness. Vaccines have never done that. That's like what standard medication, that's non-vaccine medication does. So of course he had a problem with that. And a lot of people have side effects and died from this stupid behind vaccine. It didn't have any testing done for long-term side effects. They circumvented normal FDA processes for this. RFK Jr. doesn't have any issues, as far as I know, with any other vaccine. So how the hell is he anti-vax? He's anti-C-19 vaccine, triple booster vaccine. He's not measles, mumps, and rubella anti-vax. This lady's stupid.
you said, Donald Trump's supposed to be a hater, but look at him. And, he extended an olive branch. He did it because, like Kamala Harris said, he has only ever served one client, himself. This is what he said about RFK just in April. I'd even take Biden over Jr. His views on vaccines are fake, in all caps, as is everything else about his candidacy. Let the Democrats have RFK Jr. They deserve him.
All right, well, Jessica, she called Biden a racist and then joined his ticket.
Gotcha, bitch.
People do that in politics.
Burn, Jessica. Got hit with the clapback, both sides. With the whoop-pow, whoop-pow. She got cooked because this lady doesn't have a damn clue what she's talking about. Donald Trump just said this. Well, he ain't saying that today. You didn't have a problem with fake black Kamala saying she couldn't get bussed because Joe Biden didn't support busing. But now all of a sudden, because Donald Trump said something bad, a lot of people said bad stuff. Ron DeSantis spoke bad about Nikki Haley. Vivek Ramaswamy spoke bad about everybody except for Trump, right? Like, it's a normal thing. Bernie Sanders was calling out the entire Democrat establishment until he assimilated. The hypocrisy on this lady knows no bounds.
Okay. I'm just saying that he knows that he can have a better shot at winning by taking him on. There's nothing genuine about this. It's not because he's good-hearted.
What Donald Trump thinks. What do you think, Tyrus?
Well, the reason why she's not going to talk to him is because all he wants to talk about is policy. And we're still waiting to hear those things. Shumming off the extra party and you lose Arizona, you'll have no one to blame but yourself. So it was a good thing Trump did what the Democrats won't do, because to Judge's point, she won't talk to anybody.
Imagine how stupid you got to be in a race that is extremely close. You got a guy who literally is taking vote from you at the time, like before with the whole Joe Biden thing, RFK Jr. was taking a lot of the vote. He obviously always had the possibility of dropping out and endorsing Trump. Now, obviously, they probably did not foresee this. They probably figured that it would never happen, that he would drop out and endorse Trump. But if you're not talking to him, you're suing him, like you're cutting off his communication, his ability to communicate, like they're cutting him off of social media. All kinds of ridiculous stuff has happened to this guy. If you're doing all of this, then why the hell wouldn't he not go to Trump? They basically took and shoved this man over to Donald Trump's conservative side. They red-pilled RFK. They handed him a red pill. He can't deny reality anymore. Jessica's still in her little la-la land because, you know, Democrats like her, she doesn't care that they're suing the pants off of him, that they're making his life a living hell, because people like her believe in punishing people who defect from the radical left. You saw how she labeled him anti-vax and just dismissed him outright. She doesn't give a damn about RFK. She doesn't care about anybody. All these people know is gaslighting and seizing complete control by any means necessary, including lawfare and censorship. And it looks like in another stupid, epic fail, the Democrats are extremely likely to lose this election off of their obsessive desire to seize control and power at all costs. They sure as hell been making a lot of enemies lately, and it seems to me like their hubris is inevitably gonna lead directly to their downfall. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate y'all watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
I'm not kidding anyone. I'm being truthful about it. He is anti-vax.
Slap yourself.